Welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive. Today we're going to be talking about something that might seem pretty basic at first,
Uh-huh.
but I promise it's way more interesting than you might think.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We're going deep into the world of textiles and fabrics,
That's right.
and I think you'll be surprised by some of the stuff we're going to uncover today.
It's a whole world.
So to kick things off, our source material gives us this definition. In strict definition, textiles are products made from woven fibers using a variety of methods. The term also applies to the fibers themselves.
Interesting.
So what jumps out at you when you see that?
Well, the first thing I notice is that the word textile can actually refer to two different things.
Okay.
It can mean the raw materials, like the fibers themselves,
Right.
but it can also refer to the finished woven product.
Huh. I never really thought about that before.
Yeah, it can definitely be a bit confusing.
Yeah, because you can't build a house out of wood if wood can mean both the tree and the lumber, right?
Exactly. You've got to be specific about what you mean.
So how do we figure out which meaning of textile someone's talking about?
I think context is key.
Okay.
Pay attention to how the word's being used in the sentence.
Gotcha.
Sometimes it'll be super clear, and other times you might have to dig a little deeper.
So our source also mentions these various methods of textile production.
Right.
I'll be honest, I always thought weaving was the only way to make textiles.
I see.
But I guess there are other ways too.
Absolutely. There's knitting, there's felting, braiding, you name it.
Wow, so many options.
Each method has its own unique history and application. Like, for example, needle felting.
Okay.
It uses barbed needles to interlock fibers.
Interesting.
It ends up creating a really dense and durable fabric.
See, this is what I love about these deep dives,
Yeah.
always learning something new.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
Okay, so speaking of fabrics, let's see how our source defines those.
Okay.
All right, so it says, fabrics are made by weaving, sewing, and stitching, and can be any woven, knitted, felted, braided, or non-woven material.
Yeah.
And they even give us some examples: cloth, lace, and hosiery.
Right.
I gotta admit, I don't think I would have thought of hosiery as a fabric.
It is, though.
What about you?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So what's the key takeaway here?
Well, this definition really highlights that fabric is a much broader term than textile.
Okay.
Think of it like apples and fruits.
Okay.
All apples are fruits, but not all fruits are apples, right?
Right.
Same idea here. All textiles are fabrics, but not all fabrics are textiles.
Okay, that's actually a really helpful analogy.
Be glad to make some.
So let me make sure I'm getting this straight.
Yeah.
So something can be a fabric without being a textile.
Exactly.
Like what? Give me an example.
Well, certain types of felt, or those non-woven materials.
Okay.
Think of things like interfacing,
Okay.
or those disposable cleaning cloths you can get at the store.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
They're definitely fabrics,
Yeah.
but they might not fit the strict definition of a textile.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So for our listener out there, can you think of any other examples of fabrics that might not be textiles based on what we just talked about?
Take a second to really think about it.
Yeah, let those wheels turn.
And remember, everything we talked about today is really just the beginning.
Oh, for sure.
The world of textiles and fabrics is enormous.
Yes.
It goes way beyond just clothes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, think about it. Textiles and fabrics are everywhere.
It's true.
It's everything from fashion and technology
Like-
to even medicine.
I feel like after this deep dive, I've only just scratched the surface.
Me too,
But I definitely have a whole new appreciation for the clothes I wear.
for sure.
I mean, from a simple cotton t-shirt to a complex piece of hosiery,
Yeah.
it's incredible to think about all the history and all that innovation.
All the different techniques.
Yeah, all woven into the very fabrics we use every single day.
Exactly.
There's so much to explore. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Absolutely.
Hope you learned something new. I'll see you next time.
See ya.